What's up, CCT? It's your main man, Joe Blackburn, coming to you with another special guest, Mr. Didi Taihuttu. And we are going to bring him on, and we're going to discuss something that I am exceptionally proud to have on CCT today. And that is going to be the wonderful opportunity to speak with Didi about his decision in crypto and his family, and among many other things, the brass balls to actually just do this whole thing. You know, I mean, we all here are believers in crypto, but are we really that big of believers? You know, I can say this: I didn't sell my life, I didn't sell my house, I didn't sell my cars. I didn't have to explain to my wife, you know, that we were going to go live out in a campsite. So I'm really excited about bringing Didi on. He'll be here very soon. But in the meantime, I'm definitely excited to bring him to everybody here. I'm going to let some viewers get on real quick and make sure he gets on. In fact, let me try to invite him on real quick. Let's see if we can find him. Definitely tagged him. Oh, 1 second, everybody. Yep, he's been tagged. So if anybody sees him, come on, please let me know. All right, but for those of you watching, I don't know if you got a chance to see the link that I posted. Many of us are going to remember the story just from a few months back. Didi was able to, you know, kind of captivate an audience, and was one of those people. I mean, obviously the last guest I had on was John McAfee, and I mean, what an absolutely just amazing experience it was for him to come on to CCT and share his thoughts. And as much as John has done for crypto itself, you know, Didi's kind of done something himself as well. And we were very fortunate. Ben, you just got on. I'm going to go ahead and give him a shout out. The connection here happened because of Mr. Ben, who just commented, Joe. And it's going to be really nice that that, you know, people in the community continue to like Rostick helped with John, and now we got Ben, who had reached out to Didi and made sure that he was able to have this opportunity. And I've been nothing but excited since Ben messaged me. I was like, "What? Are you for real?" Yeah, of course. Let's talk to him. You know. So as soon as Didi gets on, and Ben, maybe you can tag Didi to make sure that that he knows this is where we're supposed to be at. Or maybe give him a message just to make sure. All right, let's see here. Looking for him. All right, but just going back to what I was saying a second ago, what Didi did, what he was able to do, was captivate his own audience. He was able to, you know, bring light to Bitcoin, and as crazy as people might have thought, including other crypto people may have thought he was crazy, but now he's pretty much vindicated, right? And I'm sure that there are all these people who might have been calling him crazy, or, you know, saying you're an idiot, or among other things. This dude's actually got the opportunity to kind of say, and he doesn't seem like the type that's going to rub it in people's faces, you know, but he definitely has made his point. He got the attention of mass media, and now he's here, and another person who can absolutely stand by and say, hey, look, this is what I did, and this is what I've done for crypto. You know, all right, there he is. Okay, so Didi, if I'm about to bring you on here shortly, CCT, look, again, just like last time, this is an honor, and we want to treat our guests with respect, and we want to treat our guests with, you know, endearment, because I wouldn't bring him on if I didn't think he was important. And I know everybody here kind of remembers the story, but if you don't know the story, don't judge until you read. You know, I am so happy to have this guy on here. He's been nothing but just an absolute inspiration for me, just from what little I know about him, and the opportunity I just had to speak with him has been absolutely just incredible. And so I'm excited for you guys to get a chance to meet him. He's Dutch, and he is all right. Consent. All right, CCT. While he's trying to join, let's bring him on. If you guys got any questions, go ahead and leave them down. I can't promise you we're going to get to all of them. Didi!
Hi, all. How are you doing?
How's it going, man? Thank you, and welcome to CCT. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome, and the honor is all mine. I'm so proud to be in a group of 50,000 people, all on crypto fanatics. It's great to be there.
Absolutely. Well, you come to the right place. And again, I want to give a shout out to Ben Fondren, who made our connection for us. Ben is from the same state. We're Mississippi boys. And for him to reach out and be able to get this, I mean, Ben, shout out to you, man. Thank you. So, okay. So this is what we're going to do, Didi. So first off, go ahead and tell everybody, introduce yourself real quick, and let them know a little bit about what you do, and what you did beforehand, maybe a job, and what kind of led up to, you know, maybe the decision.
Okay. Wow. Hi all. My name is Didi Taihuttu. I'm just a plain father. I have 3 beautiful daughters. I have a beautiful wife. And I used to have a very standard life. I had an own company, IT company, a big one, a lot of stress, 80 hours a week, working. And then there was a point that everything changed my life. And I think that is the part we are going to talk about tonight. And that is where the whole Bitcoin adventure started.
Absolutely. Okay, so tell me this. When did you actually first hear about Bitcoin?
So the first time ever was in 2010. And I had an own office, and a friend of mine visited me. And he was, Didi, have you ever heard of Bitcoin? And I was like, no, man, what the hell is Bitcoin?
Man, back in 2010.
Yeah, it was 2010 already. and he was, we have to be part of this community. They are creating a new sort of monetary system, and which we can use in the future, and which maybe will be the new money. At that time, I was just a businessman. I was just thinking about making a lot of bucks. I was very materialistic, and I thought, oh, it's a good idea. Let's make some money. And then we started mining. And that was the first introduction to cryptocurrency.
Absolutely. So did you actually start mining in 2010, or that was just kind of your introduction? But what point did you actually start believing in crypto?
It was around 2000, the end of 2011. Beginning 2012, so we started mining, and into 2013 and 14. But then, of course, we all know there was a big crash, and that made us a little bit afraid. And then we decided to sell our mining rigs, our coins, to get even with all the investments we made. We made about like 40,000 euros of investment in mining rigs. So
oh, wow, yeah.
At that point, the Bitcoin was falling down from 1,000 till 400, and then in January 2014 to 200. And then we were like, now we have to sell the coins, we have to break even, we have to keep some profit in our pockets. The biggest mistake ever.
Well, but here's the thing, Didi, is just for you to kind of take that step, in my opinion, and I've read up on you. I mean, of course, like our interaction today has kind of happened pretty quickly. It was like a matter of 20 minutes since we talked on the phone to now we're going live. So, it's not like we had a lot of time to get to know each other before this, but even thinking back to my experience with Bitcoin, I was not a believer back in Bitcoin when it was 2010, 11, 12. I mean, I'd heard about it. I even downloaded, I think, a few applications to be able to try to get into it, but I never took it the next step. So I could completely understand if you saw it go to 1,000 and then just everybody's probably not taking you seriously. People don't know, mass media thinks anything about Bitcoin. Well, next thing you know, it goes from $1,000 to $200 again. I mean, I'm sure that was probably very frustrating, So, I mean, I wouldn't even hold that against you. It might have been a mistake, but I mean, who could blame you at that point?
At that point, it was just too new. And of course, I stepped out with a few Bitcoins, and of course with millions of Dogecoins, I think you pronounce it in English.
Where's that Doge Nation at?
Yeah, I don't know where it is at the moment, but I'm hoping in 2018, the year of the dog, in all Asia, the Dogecoin will revive again and become the $1 coin they promised me it will be in 2014.
Hey, you know what, man? I think everybody in this group at one point has owned Dogecoin. It's one of those. It's kind of like if you've never owned it. There's a lot of new people in this group. So the noobs, if you've never experienced owning Dogecoin, you have to do it at least one time. And to this day, I still have people who call it Dogecoin, and I'm like, Dogecoin. Doggycoin, Dogcoin. I mean, it's all sorts of different people, So, but anyways, it's kind of like a rites of passage. I don't even consider you an OG unless you've owned that coin at least one time.
Yeah, I have a few million left.
Well, hold on to them, man. Don't make the same mistake, right?
Yeah.
All right. So moving on. I don't want to get too caught up on that. Let's talk about this, Didi. So, all right. Obviously, leading up, your background and you have background in tech, and you've been dealing with that obviously for a long time. So you got to a certain point where you'd owned Bitcoin, but you became a believer, right? And at that point, you decided to sell your life's hard work, right? Go ahead, and I'll let you tell a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was a different story, but okay, I had a few Bitcoins, and it was like 2014 when we sold everything, and then in December 2014, my father went to the hospital, and we heard that he had just one more year to live. Mm-hmm. So from December 2014 till January 2016, I left all my companies. I didn't do anything anymore. I didn't invest any minute in crypto at all. I was just taking care of my father because he was dying of cancer. So I went living at his place again with my family, and we just took care of him in 2015. when he died in 2016, January, I immediately decided this is not the life I want to live anymore. I'm not going to be the person that is going to run the hamster wheel continuously just to get all the luxury stuff I was having at that time. So I decided to sell my company and all my other companies as well, and started to travel the world with my family, and that is what we did.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, okay. So in that situation, tell me the time period that was.
So that was we left Holland in September 2016. So then we arrived in Bangkok.
Go ahead.
So we arrived in Bangkok in a hotel, and the first meeting I had with another backpacker, and he was starting to talk about cryptocurrency. And I was like, oh, man, I'm not into it, man. I just lost my father. I want to talk about that and not about cryptocurrency.
Of course,
so
of course.
we kept it. We kept it till that, but it kept pursuing me in my journey in Thailand, and then after we went to Cambodia, and the same story again, and Vietnam, and the Philippines, Australia, and everybody started confronting me again. And then it came to Bali, and I will skip a part. It was in 2017 in June or June, and we were in Bali, and a friend of mine called me, and Didi, do you still have those coins? And I was like, yeah, I think I have. I don't even know anymore. But I'm enjoying a beautiful sunset in Bali, and my kids are playing on the beach. I'm drinking my favorite drink, a Bacardi Coke, and so I don't know if I have the coins and where I have my coins. Yeah, but you have to check your coins. And that's when it started again.
Oh man!
So I started checking the coins, and then it seemed that the coins could pay all my trip. I was having by then about 9 months traveling or something, and the coins were like, putting it all up there for me to pay the trips. And that was, and that point for me that I was started believing again, got my energy of crypto again. Absolutely. And I was like, this is the thing that's going to change the world, and I'm going to be part of it.
Absolutely. Okay, so first off, I think a lot of us here can at least probably emphasize with your situation. Of course, everybody here, I'm sure, feels the same way. But of course, your condolences for your father. And we hope that obviously your family is okay from that situation. But it's led you to this point now in your life where you are able to travel, and you got all this cultural influence, and then you were able to see how much cryptocurrency can actually change the world, and who actually needs this. I mean, there's so many people living in poverty these days, and this offers that opportunity for people to have another way of life, right? And I think we all agree on that. Nevertheless, okay, so we fast forward into 2017. You have all these experiences, and now you're trying to explain to your wife and your children, we are going to go all in on crypto, and we are not we're gonna sell everything we have, and we're gonna live in, I think, where you still live today, in that campsite, correct?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's hear how that conversation went, and feel free if she wants to interject.
I don't know where she is at the moment, but it was again on the beach in Bali where I decided to sell my cars and everything during our family travel. We just sold our cars and invested in crypto already, and we sold our electric bikes from Bali, and so everything was sold and exchanged to Bitcoin at that point in June. So I think it was still about $2,000 at that point.
That's gorgeous. So $2,000 Bitcoin, everybody. Remember that. This guy had the cojones to get out there and sell all of his Bitcoin, or sell all of his stuff for Bitcoin, and really truly give it a chance, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the big change was when I asked my wife, can we sell our house for Bitcoin?
Oh,
let's sell our house for Bitcoin. We've been traveling. We've been traveling now for 9 months with 2 backpacks, with 3 children. We didn't miss anything. We just slept in guest houses, small rooms, and we had the best time of our life. So why do I need a big house? Let's sell it. Let's embrace the minimalistic lifestyle. Just live on a campsite and invest everything we have in crypto, because crypto is going to change the world. It's going to be the new monetary system. It would be the best step educationally for our kids to show them minimalistic lifestyle is okay as well. You don't need the luxury. And on the other hand, maybe we make some money with it. Let's see. Absolutely.
Okay, so at the time, your house, was it still, so you're Dutch, so was your house still in Holland, or did you have a house somewhere else? Where was this taking place at?
It was in Holland. Yeah, it was in Holland.
And so because you were traveling, you weren't living there anyways, but, you know, obviously the house is more than just a house. It's a sense of stability for a family often, you know, and so it gives an opportunity for structure. It's something you can always go back to. Psychologically, it's kind of a safety net. So, I mean, and I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. Whenever you sell your house, you have no house anymore, right? And I mean, even though you've been living, you know, traveling and doing all this stuff, you had no home to go back to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so was your wife on board? Was it even a question?
Yeah. And first it was a question, because it was like, wow, this is a huge step. How do you want to live? But then we got started talking, and my wife is the relaxed part in our relationship. I'm the bouncing part. So she's my break always. Yeah. And then she was like, but it's very good for our children to see that normal living with minimalistic needs is okay. And that was for her the thing that made it work. And then we just flew home, and we sold we put our house for sale for Bitcoin, and 2.5 weeks later it was sold.
Absolutely, man. All right, so so now, I mean, I'm sure even though, you know, as much as you were able to believe in it, and as much as you lived that minimalistic lifestyle as it was, I'm sure you had some people who maybe thought you were crazy, right? You started getting all this media attention. Did you receive any hatred or any lashback, you know, from the crowd, or what was that experience like?
Yeah, of course. We don't really care what other people think of us, but we respect their opinion, of course.
Of course.
But a lot of people were negative, because first of all, you took your children for 9 months out of school, and you can't do that, and now you're investing all your life, your house. Where do your children sleep? We have to call some officers to tell them you're mistreating your child. You're selling your children's. We were selling their toys as well, but people have to understand that at that point in life, we had like one big room full of toys for the children. They didn't play with all those toys, and we just wanted to teach them, just keep the stuff you want to play with, and the rest we will sell. And if it's broken, we will give it to poor children, or if it's not sellable. I mean, so of course there are always negative people, but the people who were most negative in the beginning, they are now calling me how to invest in Bitcoin.
Absolutely, and I think everybody here on CCT is probably similar to that. I know I've experienced certain you know, some, I don't want to call it hatred from my family and friends, but I've definitely experienced some, you know, some, maybe they didn't take me seriously, or they didn't understand what I was doing, and so they naturally had questions. And just as I spoke to you on the phone earlier, you know, I mean, and I also said this at the very beginning of the live video before you were able to jump on, that, you know, I mean, and it's all of our responsibilities to do this too, but we're in a situation, people, where we have an education in cryptocurrencies, even if it's just barely any, but we don't want to rub that in people's faces. We want to welcome them in, even if they didn't necessarily, you know, look at us as someone who was doing anything serious, or maybe even thought we were crazy. That's okay. You know, cryptocurrency, if I remember when I first heard about it, it wasn't something that I thought was absolutely going to change the world like I do now. I mean, it took a progressive type of, you know, evolution of my own mindset. And, you know, even my wife and my family, you know, it took my dad some time to buy in. It took my brothers. I have two brothers that still have yet to buy cryptocurrencies. Now they think it's too high, but they didn't, it used to not be too high, you know? And so, it's very much, it's such a inspirational story to hear what you said, Didi, and to really, you know, obviously you've lived a very interesting and culturally experienced life as it is, but to actually take that next step and to be part of a crypto community, which is what I can, not just CCT, but the whole big crypto community. We're different. We're different than everybody else in this world, I feel like, because we're so inclusive, and we want to put ourselves in a position to make this world better, not just for me, not just for you, but for everybody. And I think you would agree with that, right?
Yeah, I think the blockchain, crypto, it's all about people working together again, without middlemen, without the third parties, without the need of third parties. And I think that will contribute to a more peaceful and world, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so now I got to ask you this. What point do you sell your Bitcoin?
We are really thinking that this is the revolution of the monetary system, and crypto will be the next step in the evolution of money. So I don't think I will ever be selling my crypto. I think in a few years' time I will be paying my groceries or buying my kids' shoes with crypto. Maybe not the Bitcoin, because that one will maybe be the gold, but maybe it will be Bitcoin Cash, or maybe it will be the Litecoin. We don't know, but
Of course.
it will definitely be crypto. I think even the dollar and the euro, all those currency, they will be crypto as well.
Agreed.
All currency worldwide will be digitalized. Banks want them to be digital for years, and now they have a product like the blockchain, a platform to do this. So I think,
absolutely, and I agree.
So I don't think we will be changing a lot of currency to fiat.
That's what, hey, I think most people here will be proud of you to hear that, and it's a round of applause from me and myself as well. Okay, so let's talk about other cryptos. So what else do you feel? What else do you own? Or you don't have to go into details about your portfolio, but by all means, what do you believe in? What are some of your believing the coins that you believe in most?
Okay, so of course I have my long-term portfolio. I have my short-term because I'm day trading at the moment as well. I'm following a course and reading the graphs and everything because I'm just a beginner in it. But at the moment, I really love the Power Ledger. Power Ledger is a coin for green energy.
You're going to make a lot of people happy.
Huge contribution.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
There's a lot of power believers. No, there's a lot of power believers in this group. That's for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I went in huge as well. When it was like 16 cents at that point. So that one is a good one, I think. I expect IOTA to do a Microsoft co-op. So I think they will go into the quantum computing, and I think that will be a huge coin in a few years.
And I agree with that. I'm not a huge IOTA fan, but for other reasons, everybody knows in this group. I'm not going to get into details on it, but clearly the technology, and clearly there's a lot to see in the future. They're doing something different. There's no doubt. Yeah.
So I think.
So what else?
That's a good coin. Yeah, of course. I love Litecoin day to day.
Oh man, great day!
It was a great day for me as well because I had a few.
Hey, look, it still might keep going up. I mean, I think it's on a bullish run to maybe $500, $600.
Yeah, I predicted for myself and my friends that it would be $1,000 next year Christmas, but it could be Q1 2018 if I see this. This kind of coin running up. I think it's also due to all the Coinbase.
Maybe Q4 2017. You never know.
Wow, yeah, that would be really amazing. But I think a lot of people will be happy at that time.
Yeah, and I think I heard you start mentioning it, and I'll go ahead and finish that thought. What we're seeing is the reason why, in my opinion, I'm sure like this is what you're kind of saying too, is Coinbase offers 3 coins right now. That's Litecoin, Ethereum, and obviously Bitcoin. And so right now people are looking at Bitcoin or Litecoin and Ethereum and saying, okay, I may have missed Bitcoin's boat, which they haven't, by the way, for anybody listening, but they may want to sit there and say, okay, let's give Litecoin and Ethereum a shot. And so it's obviously a natural increase in growth. I mean, it's coming from the mass adoption that we're seeing right now. Like this is the beginning of mass adoption. We're witnessing it as we speak.
Yeah, I agree fully with you, and I think a lot of people love round numbers. So they don't want to own 0.025 Bitcoin. They want to own like 10 Litecoins. It's just easier to calculate for them, and I think that's why at the moment Litecoin.
Of course.
First of all, I also believe that Litecoin is a great coin, so I think it is a huge coin in the future. But there are many coins who will do good in the future, I think.
For sure. So, what do you think? What do you think happens to the crypto market when they figure out that there's more than just 3 coins?
Yeah. So, I think the crypto market is about 350 billion or million.
I think we're close to 400. I think we're close to 400.
Yeah.
400 billion. Excuse me, 500. Let me look it up. I was looking at it the other day. It's close to 500 billion.
500 billion. So
yeah. I'm going to look it up right now. Let's go ahead and settle this because we need to make sure we know what's up.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at CoinMarketCap in the last couple of days.
I think it's 449.
Yep, 449. That's exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, look how special that is. I mean, no, excuse me. I have 498. You must be looking at euro. U.S. dollar is 498 billion. We are $2 billion, $1.5 billion away from a $500 billion complete crypto market cap, according to CoinMarketCap.com. And again, so you may be looking at euro. I'm looking at USD potentially. Nevertheless, that's huge. Just think where we were just at the beginning of this year, Didi.
Yeah, it's huge, but it's still small if you compare it to all the gold market caps and all the fiat currency market caps. So I think if only 10% of all those other markets go into crypto at the moment. I think we have to add a few zeros to all the crypto coins over there to get a good value. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Didi, we don't want to keep you too long, but do you have any closing thoughts? Anything you might want to add onto the conversation?
I just want to try to inspire people not to live in fear. Just follow your passion, follow your dreams, live your life to the fullest, because it can be really every day can be your last day. And just keep believing in crypto and go for it. And I think crypto and we all together can change the world big time. And I think we have to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, look, CCT, this is again, I'm going to just say this again. Didi, it's an honor to have you. Show them some love, CCT. Give me some likes and some hearts here.
Cheers.
Yep. And make sure, look, and Didi, we encourage you to stay part of the community. You're, like I told you before over the phone, that you're kind of a cult hero for us. You're one of those people that absolutely just stand up, and look at all the love you get right here. You know, we're absolutely blessed to have an opportunity to just even speak with you, and we look forward to hopefully just maintaining a relationship. I know me especially, just let's be friends for sure. I travel around the world. I hope maybe we can meet up someday.
We will definitely do that, because I love to meet new people, and I love to be part of your community, and I will try to participate as much as possible.
Of course. Well,
thanks a lot
you,
for all your love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We consider CCT a home, a second home for us, even though you might not have a real home either, but you can find an internet home with us. All right. Anyways, much love, Didi.
Again, thanks a lot for everything, and have a very nice day or evening.
Hey, thanks again, man. It's been an honor. I mean that. Okay. We'll talk soon, brother.
The honor is mine. The honor is mine.
Absolutely. All right, my man.
See you soon.
Bye-bye. All right, CCT. Once again, we have this an awesome opportunity to have someone like him to come live with us. Very special to me to be able to bring someone like that and show the community someone who's really done something and made a difference in what we've seen, through the media's view of crypto. And, all those people who said mean things probably about him and his family and calling him crazy, it's just so, look how humble, he could sit there and just put two birds in the air and say, forget this, but he doesn't. He's just humble. And obviously what an amazing person. Didi, thanks again for coming on. Look, and shout out to the community. I mean, both the last two guests we've had have been connections from our people, and Ben Fondren today and Rostic Russo. He did it for McAfee. I can't take any credit for that. I'm just fortunate to have this opportunity to bring people on and share them with people. And this happened in a matter of 20 minutes. I get the word, hey Joe, you remember Didi? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Well, he might want to go live with you. Maybe you can. I was like, what? Yeah, let's do it. Boom. And before you know it, 20 minutes later, we were live. All right. So, look, I encourage y'all. I mean, obviously, I can't bring everybody on at the same time, but over time, I would like to, of course, maintain a certain amount of people, and we want to get them in. Let's bring this family together. Let's make this special, guys. And I can't do it without you. That's for sure. So, anyways, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and peace out here. I've got a business call shortly. I see Randy and Bill Clymer watching. I'll talk to them very soon. But for anybody who has somebody they might want to reach out to or whatever, just let me know. And I know we got a couple other people we're trying to get on now. Maybe some bigger, like awesome people that's truly, offer some insight. But I'll say this, that's probably one of my most favorite people I've had on, ever. Didi, shout out to you, brother. Anyways, God bless everybody. I hope everybody has a great afternoon or evening or wherever you are, morning maybe. And until next time, we'll see you, CCT.